The only thing you have is your purpose, which is your true core. So my thing is my faith, my purpose. Those are the two things that keep me, wholesome. So the faith, my faith is what keeps me grounded, but my purpose is my fuel.
Yeah.
So the purpose is there and the faith is there. So that's the fuel now. So once I'm lucky in like that now, I was protected emotionally and mentally because I had the mental support of my faith.
Greetings and welcome to LG's Talk at the Beach podcast, the podcast that aims to play a small part in changing the narrative around staying true to self and the importance of looking after one's mental health and well-being. I'm your host, Lorraine. The podcast is based around 8 set questions that I will ask all my guests, as we are all unique individuals and we all have a different perspective on life. The discussions shared between my guests and I are our own personal thoughts, views, and opinions. My hope is that you will be inspired and motivated to put focus on self, with the end result being you stepping into alignment with your true self and well-being. My guest this week is O'Shane Warren, also known as Chef Vita. As with all of my guests, I feel it's really important for them to introduce themselves. Can't quite find the words, but I'm a strong believer in we know ourselves, and I don't feel it is my place to go into a full introduction as to who my guests are as they know themselves. So with that being said, I will introduce Chef Vita.
Yes, sir.
And he will introduce himself. Thank you so much for being a guest, Chef.
Thank
it's greatly
you.
Appreciated.
Thank you so much for having me. You don't know, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
My name is O'Shane Denton Warren. My parents call me that name. Everybody know me as Vita.
Right.
Vita, the name Vita came from my mentor, the one who inspired me. His name is Vita. So the name means a lot to me.
Right.
And it means life. Yeah, so, it's just that frequency of life and radiant energy preparing food. So life is what we all need, and everything around us is alive. So yes, young vegan chef in Jamaica. I love to prepare food and create experience around my food.
Right.
Live here in Ocherius, Jamaica. Doing food on a daily at Vital Juice Bar, which is my juice bar on a, daily, feeding the public, giving people that healthy option, a different perspective on vegan food, a more healthier, feel clean, so, and also create a river dining experience on Airbnb. It's like one of the most successful experiences on Airbnb, like
blessings.
5-star, yeah. Unique idea.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of it, and to see where it's growing to where it is now. And it's a way where I bring my audience, to the river to get that spiritual healing through food. So the environment and the water and the food and all the elements, and I'm just here to just create and, just love the journey of creating food and feeding people,
Blessings,
Yeah.
blessings. I must say, I experienced your riverside cooking
Yes.
with the group. I was a facilitator
Yeah.
on a retreat, and she brought a guest there. And for me, because I'm all about vision, it was very humbling to be part of that, but to get a fuller understanding of your vision. So I bless you for that.
Yes,
I
yes.
bless you for that.
Yeah. It's just so funny, like how that idea came about. It was just me and friends by the river, just doing content, just holding a vibe. And I just like to go, like, I want to say, okay, if I have an idea, how can I take this idea to the next level? How can I create an impact? And I was just there and I was like, I have an audience, people love what I do. how can I get them to enjoy this experience with me? Just like how me and my friends just holding a vibe.
Right.
And then I just said, why not? It was just during COVID.
Ah.
Yes, because I started it 2021. And after a little breakup, long-term relationship, I just find that I need to focus my energy on my craft more, because, relationships of over 8 years, I think that's like a marriage.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was engaged to be married. So it's like, that was just a serious thing for me. So I said, you know what? Let me put my creativity and energy into something else that I know that can fulfill me and give me that next level of inspiration. And that's where that came from.
So
And
pulling all of, not to cut you, so pulling all of that together, the breakup with the your relationship, out with your friends, it just all, what a blessing. Why I say all of this is what a blessing to be a space within self,
yes.
to take that, merge that with what you was doing with your friends, to sit with that,
Yeah.
to
But that's the thing too, as a creative and as a person that's an artist,
right.
Your art, you're so close to your art to the point where you're obsessed. So with relationships, it's like your purpose, but you have to balance your purpose with the relationship.
Right, of course.
So when the relationship ends,
Right.
the only thing you have is your purpose, which is your true core. So my thing is my faith, my purpose. Those are the two things that keep me, wholesome. So the faith, my faith is what keeps me grounded, but my purpose is my fuel.
Yeah.
So the purpose is there and the faith is there. So that's the fuel now. So once I'm lucky in like that now, I was protected emotionally and mentally because I had the mental support of my faith and the emotional support of my purpose. So right there, so I was just already, and then I just start put most of the energy that I would put in that situation into the craft.
Oh, that's powerful, Chef.
Yes, and from there, so I never look back. Even till now, I'm just so. Once I find out that I'm onto something, I became more obsessed. So it's like I take a face dive into.
That's powerful,
Yeah,
Chef.
man. Yeah, man. And it's all.
So you was able to navigate your way through life, because as you said, 8 years is a long time, and to be engaged, but you was able to navigate yourself.
Lucky for me. I knew what I wanted to be from I was little. I always knew I wanted to be a chef from day one. Because growing up in Trelawney, in Brampton, on the north coast, we could see the sea. And we were elevated. So going to school, I could see the cruise ships. And I always say, when I get old, I want to be a chef and I want to work on the cruise ships and travel the world and and I always watch Food Network. And having so much food cooking around me growing up in Trelawney, it was like, okay, this is what I want to do because I love food. I love to see how people react. But until I met Vita now around like early age, he gave me a different perspective on Rasta because he was like this community Rasta that traveled. He has so much knowledge. He's an artist. So for me, I was just so pulled into his personality, how he lives and how he looks, his locks, everything. And just being around him just give me that discipline from an early age. So I was just always disciplined to know that, okay, this is what I want to be and this is the life I want to live. So being around him from 13, I know that roots, culture, healthy living, this is what I want.
Right.
So even going through high school, I was just so locked in on that consciousness. So that's why those foundations
Right.
help me
Yeah.
go through. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just the people. You have to surround yourself with the right people
Correct.
and know who you are
Yeah.
and what you want
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Thank you. Blessings, and thank you for sharing that.
Yes, sir.
I really do believe that there is great power in the words I am, and most importantly, what we place after that.
Yes.
What words resonate with you and support you in staying true to yourself when placed after I am?
I would say discipline.
Okay.
Because for me, over the years, I find that being so disciplined to the craft, the purpose. If you meet me 4 years ago, you see me now, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm elevating. So if you see me, oh, Vita is doing his food thing, but where you check it, you see, boom, Vita doing experience by the river with so much people. And he's, you know, then after that you see him at festivals, he's doing. So for me, it's just that discipline. People know me from where I was coming from, and just the growth. You know, just the discipline to keep on elevating. And you know, so for me, it's discipline. A lot of people, they will start an idea, they will start a journey, but they gave up when they come against difficulty or adversities. So for me, over the years, I've seen a lot of people start things, but they stop it. But they don't have the discipline to carry through. So for me, I just say discipline. I get up every morning, I run, I work out, I go to the river, I get a cold plunge after the river, I go to the market, get my produce, go to my business, I go to the river, I'll cook my food, do my river experience, come back to Vita, I'll go to the villa, cook for my client, leave my client, go do an experience, go back to the client for dinner. And that takes discipline.
True.
That takes a lot of discipline. You know what I mean? So I see in my journey where I'm leaving 3 kitchens in one day. Vital, the river experience, the villa for my client. And I'm in and out. I'm doing 3 kitchens every day. And that's a lot of discipline. But a lot of people will see me and be like, how he does this? It's just the drive of discipline. So discipline is me. Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing that.
Yes.
What areas within your life has been non-negotiable, where you knew you had to be true to self and your vision?
My peace.
Peace.
My
Non-negotiable.
peace. My peace. Because as a creative, you got to protect your space. You got to protect your energy.
Yeah, true.
And once someone is not adding or balancing that peace around your life, we could be here chilling and it's so peaceful. But if you turn on the radio, it's the noise is going to interrupt that peace. It's going to interrupt that tranquility. So for me, my peace is it, you know, just don't interrupt my peace, because you're going to interrupt my creativity. And I can't hear when the Most High speaks. I can't hear the ocean. I can't hear the birds. That's the whole aura of the environment. So my peace.
No, I can relate to that. It's so funny you saying that. Yesterday, as I was saying, my mother isn't so well at the minute, so I go up to Clarendon every Sunday and bring her and dad's dinner. And her and my dad are TV people. Me and my boyfriend, we don't watch TV at all.
I understand.
And as I walked in, she's on her phone because she's discovered Facebook and YouTube. And she had the TV on, and instantly I walked in. It was like my whole spirit was just jarred, and I said, "Mum, the TV," and she said, "Sorry." And at the minute she turned off the TV, turned off the phone, there was just a stillness. And I've noticed it before, but not really noticed it. But just walking in yesterday, it was ooh. And when everything was off, and we were just sitting down chatting after, but it was just
It's frequency.
Woo!
Frequency.
My
It has
goodness.
everything has a frequency and it generates a certain energy. That's why you have to be careful of the type of people that are environment. Your environment has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
When I was in Kingston, in Almond Town, I live close to the road. There's a lot of noise. You don't know it's ghetto. A lot of cussing, a lot of arguing, a lot of mix up. It's the environment. The minute I moved to Ocherius because of an opportunity, because of my craft, my work, I get peace.
Yeah.
I get serenity. Why? Because it's a different environment.
Yeah.
And that's where my creativity came alive. That's
Yeah.
when I started to be more deeply in my creativity.
Yeah.
And I never moved back to Kingston.
Yeah.
I found peace here on the
Right.
North Coast, which
Peace.
I was born in St. Anne
Yeah.
and grew up in Trelawney, but coming back here,
Yeah.
it makes me feel more at home.
Yeah.
And I decided that this is the type of life I want to live. So my peace
Right.
is, yeah,
Non-negotiable.
none. I went back to Kingston the other day for a funeral for my cousin, young guy, 20. Passed away in an accident. And while I was there, you know, I'm 33, soon 34 now. And just being there in the same place where I grew up when I was a little boy, like 3, 5, going to prep school in the same. I looked around and I'm like, I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can see the sense of growth in myself and difference. And even my family, they're looking at me and say, yo, I can see the difference in you. You're just your aura.
Yeah.
Your aura, your energy. And, you know, so peace is very, very important.
Blessings.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Chef.
Yes.
So in relation to your non-negotiable area, what challenges did you encounter and how, or did or have you encountered and how did you overcome this? So in relation to peace being your non-negotiable, what have been the challenges?
What have my... So, you see, what I find in my journey is you will be so locked in on your creativity to be the best version of yourself, and you will inspire people. And the sad thing in that is the closest people to you will be so inspired by you to the point where they want to be you. And then jealousy builds resentment because you figure it out. You are becoming somebody that they admire, and they admire you so much to the point where love becomes jealousy and jealousy becomes envy. So in my journey, it's like they have a saying, say, don't outshine the master. But my goal is not to outshine the master. My goal is to be the best version of myself, because I'm growing. You know, if you plant a seed, the seed is going to grow up to bear fruit. So sometimes the person can see you plant a seed and watch it grow and be like, oh, your harvest is so flourishing. And then, you know, jealousy and envy. So for me in my journey, it's just that, it's just the two-edged sword of trying to be that next version of myself. But the people that are close, it's like builds resentment because of they see you growing, and you're not just jealous. It's like, oh, things are working for you, but it's not working for me. Or how do you do this and how it works for you, but it just goes back to the discipline. So it's just on a journey to achieve your goals and be the best version of yourself. The people that are close to you sometimes not gonna believe in your dreams, you know,
Absolutely.
until you start. I remember when I started doing, got my first job in Kingston doing vegan food. I remember everybody in my family was like, oh, she ain't gone in a Rasta march, it'd be a Rasta people, because it was a Carl Garden march, right? And from Euro Circle right there where I live in Almontown, and I went in that march, and it was one of the beautifulest thing I ever been a part of. Being in Kingston, just being around so much Rasta. First me ever see so much Rasta in my life. And being there, I just felt a sense of community, togetherness. And I never knew that being in that march would have changed my life. Would have gave me the opportunity to work in the first restaurant, the first and the last restaurant I ever worked in until I started my own thing. And being in that march, I felt a sense of community. And that was like a week after my mentor passed. And he visioned me the night. So I got the call, he passed away. And the morning I got the call, and then the night he dreamt to me vision, clear, clean, like real thing. We sit down in the kitchen chatting. And you know, and then him say, yo, I miss you, I long to see you, you know, Ray. And them look for him and say, but you say you pass away, you drop flesh. And him say, yeah, me drop flesh, but me there in the spiritual. Me there with you. I just make you know say everything I go nice, man. Just lucky, just stay focused, everything I go, I promise you, reality thing, real thing. Man say, yo, everything I go be alright. Just stay focused, everything I go work out. And the next week, I was listening the radio, listening to Muta program, and then boom, the march. And when I went in the march, I met Muta, everybody, and I met an empress. And meeting that empress let me meet the owner of the restaurant. And it's so funny, the same restaurant, my mentor Vita have an article of the restaurant when it first opened. So every time when I'm in the country, I will go in the kitchen, I look on the article. And he's like, yo, when we have money, we are going to go to the restaurant here. And it's so funny, I met the owner, work at the restaurant, and it's just in full circle. And it comes to find out the restaurant owner is from Chilani. And we're and people where him know, me know. So it's like he must say, nah, man, you feel their own eye. And I succumbs. So, you know, once and on that journey, I was just so obsessed with the craft. And where the jealousy comes in is like co-workers be like, they don't love the work. They're not passionate about the job. They're not passionate about preparing food. But because you're so passionate about it, it builds that envy. So your own co-worker now start like, oh, Vita, this Vita. And then they found out that, damn, I don't love work, but Vita love the work. So guess what? If I can prep for Vita, it make me, when I like to do nothing, can just prep for Vita and make Vita do the rest, and we just work as a team. So instead of him hating on me, being that same lazy, him just sit down on a chair and just prep. So when them say, yo, what you doing? Him say, no, me I prep for Vita. Me I prep. Because they know once I come to work,
you come,
me I execute. So it's just, those are the things how my life works. People will be so pushed back because I'm so driven up, so focused. But once you get to know me and understand what I'm about, you will get inspired by me. And then you will see that, yo, this guy is just chasing his dreams.
But what's the impact? How do you overcome that? Knowing that there's persons that the whole jealousy and envy and everything. How do you overcome that? Or what is the impact on yourself?
I keep going.
Okay.
Because
it goes over.
I just keep going because this is a thing, just it goes back to frequency. You see, if you elevate on a high frequency, they can't manage the altitude. So the more higher you go, they cannot manage the altitude because you're going at a high frequency. They don't have the capacity to manage that frequency.
But for self, it just goes over.
Yeah, because it's like you're going up. Because you know where you're going, and you're focused. They don't know.
Right.
So once you just go so boom
Mm-hmm.
and do it,
Mm-hmm.
what they're saying is like nothing to you
Mm-hmm.
because you know where
Right.
you're going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I
Yeah.
said the
Yeah.
altitude where I am going, they cannot keep up.
Yeah.
And that's what always happens.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody like, oh, Vita is doing this, I want to do it too.
Mm-hmm.
You can want to do it too, but you're not Vita.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
Exactly.
Most High did not give you the download.
Right.
The Most High never give you
Yeah.
the vision.
Yeah.
This is not your purpose. This
Yeah.
is not your calling.
Yeah.
So you can't be
Yeah.
Vita. That's
Yeah.
why I said you elevate on a higher altitude.
Yeah.
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 And that's why I'm here, and everybody that was in my life, they are doing what they're doing, but I know for a fact I'm just on a different frequency.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Chef.
Yeah.
There's certainly been some challenging times in the past few years and to date. How have you managed self overall, both professionally and personally? Personally, yeah. Within business and self.
Yeah, it's that's a good question. I'm very young, I would say. And it's on my journey doing business and balancing. It's been a sad but enlightening journey, because and the experience make you more stronger.
Right.
You know, just doing Vital within 5 years, I've experienced a lot of things where is not everybody has that happiness for what you're doing. So jealousy kicks in. I remember when I first started Vital, we were at the rooftop of a hostel, and how I got to get that space was I went to the hostel, but just for my invitation from a friend.
Right.
And I was doing my 9 to 5, and my friend said, yo, come over there, it's a cool spot, show you what I go on. And when I went there, I see the type of people and the vibes. So I saw the rooftop and I said, damn, I could do a little cooking class here and as a side hustle. I saw the space, I know the owner of the hostel, he knows me from Kingston and everything. And I said to him, I give him a proposal. I said, I can do cooking classes on the rooftop for this amount, this fee. Would you like, me to, do? And he's like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then I saw the bar. And then I said, wait, I could make a juice bar then. And then I write a proposal and say, yo, just rent me this space to do a juice bar, rare, And then he's like, okay, that's a great idea, man. Ray, it would create a nice vibes on the rooftop. And then he approved the proposal. Within 8 months of me running Vital, we started it in 2019 in July. And take a big leap of faith, at the age of 26. And started Vital on the rooftop. It became a success. It became a success to the point where I don't have to go outside to get outside support.
Right.
In-house was all the support I was getting, and I was just so overwhelmed. But people who follow me on social media, they will see what I'm doing and come visit the hostel slash hotel. And by December, the owner of the hostel like, yo, things are going good, man. I want to invest in your business. I was like, I'm fine. I don't need investors. The idea is working. Just give me some time. I just left 9 to 5. Just give me time to feel out my idea and just come to, Ray. And just greed. Greed is like, I want to control what you got going on. And by January of 2020, we got notice to leave the space. Why? Because a different person saw my idea and want to invest, and I said no. So because I turned that couple down no and then him no, they came together to get rid of me and try recreate what
Great.
I was
Yeah.
doing. And that was just a thing for me where I've learned right away how people can be.
Mm.
I'm very passionate. I'm young. I'm just like, yo, I have this idea. But that was just the first
Yeah.
reality check
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
people when it
Yeah.
comes to business.
Mhm.
I know people can be very ruthless. They are not passionate about the idea. They are just looking at the monetary side.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something I personally, I wouldn't say have challenges within myself, but just challenges overall.
Yeah.
And for my craft as a coach, I followed my craft and what it
Yes.
says. Create this so you can secure clients and get X amount of money. That wasn't ultimately who I was. And I did follow that for about a year or so.
Yeah.
I had a client who wanted a specific program,
Yes.
and I had to check myself because I'd given a program that I'd done something my craft had said,
Yeah.
followed that, had a client who wanted the complete opposite, which was actually in alignment with myself.
Yes.
And I had to sit down and check myself, have a strong conversation with myself and say, this is why you love your craft, because I love coaching.
Yes.
But you have to be true to yourself.
Most definitely.
And in sitting down, and just drafting
Yes.
a program, a program for my client, it was so humbling.
Yeah.
And giving it to them, and it was, yeah, right, this is it. And it was a 7-month program.
Yes.
But it was that whole, and this is where the whole podcast and everything about myself comes from, the whole staying true to self.
Yeah, you
We
got
can
to.
be passionate about our craft, yes, but we have to be true to self.
Most definitely, because when they approached me, I was so true to myself. I didn't want to sell myself out, and I don't want to be owned.
Right.
Because once you take people's money, you're obligated to
That's
them
right.
to give them results.
Right.
And at the young age, I was so disciplined enough to say no,
Right.
because I was more coming from 9 to 5 and doing my own thing. I realized I made what I was working for in a month. I made that in less than 2 days.
But it's that
And
whole,
then,
sorry.
yeah. And for me, it was not about the money.
Right.
It was falling in love with the idea that my idea is coming to reality. So if it was about the money, I would have said, oh, you mean, come in, give me your money, let's invest.
Yeah.
Let's put this at other locations and go big.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, no, this is an idea. And is the food why people love it? Is the community, the environment, the space. When people come to the rooftop and say Vita, beer, smiles, fruits, is like they're gonna support. So for me, the money still is not a thing where that's why I keep on creating.
Yeah.
Because it's about the craft.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes I have to tap myself and be like, hey, you have to understand, so you have to be on a business side now and protect yourself. So if my fee is this, and they say, boy, Vita, I know it's a 15 away, but I have to say to them, hey, the fee is this because I have to cover expenses. And if I don't cover the expenses, you cannot get the experience. You know, so for me, it's just that back and forth. And experiencing that was a reality check for me, because I was just so into my art. And then when I get that reality check, I just take a step back and I said to my second at the time, I said, today for us, tomorrow for them. Because I said, today for us, tomorrow for them. Just like what Haile Selassie said to illegal nations in Europe. Today for Ethiopia, tomorrow for Europe. And I said that to him in January. COVID hit Jamaica in March. We moved out in February, get a new location. The same business that and everything that they planned to do and everything, COVID hit. they shut down, filed for bankruptcy in March, and Vital's still here.
You see?
So right there, they thought that they're going to stop the idea, but the idea lives on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, and then that's just less than a year of doing business. And then now after that, there's more challenges. So for me, but I still keep overcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the money side, I just personally, from a business perspective, it's about the organic growth. I strongly just believe in that. And it's exactly what you're saying. When you have a passion for something, I honestly believe and truthfully believe that the money will come.
Yes.
Because it's doing something for a passion. It's not the running down. And I believe, and I say to clients, you run down the money and something will happen down the line. And I've seen that, unfortunately, with a client in particular that from get-go was running down the money. And I said, no, just put focus, keep sight on your vision.
Yeah.
What you started the business for, and things will, and they did, but the more they saw the money coming in, it just consumed them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's the type of lifestyle where people live. A lot of people, when it comes to those things, they want to live a certain lifestyle. And to maintain that lifestyle, you're going to need money. So the more money you make, it depends on your priorities.
Right.
What are the true core values? If you want to live at a certain space, if you want to grow your food, imagine if you have your space, you grow your food, your solar, you have your water source, so your rent is gone, your food source is covered because you grow your own food, so you don't have to worry about groceries and expenses like that. So it's just how you create your life.
True.
And if you create systems in place where these things cover your overhead and you live within your means, that's the key, live within your means.
Yeah.
Because if you don't live within your means, that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
Because if you're spending more than what coming in, you're gonna in a problem. And what I've learned on my journey is live within my means.
Yeah.
People will see my social media platform and see this, but they will think, oh, Vita is this personality. This is not, but you don't know me. You never sit down and have a chat with me. You're just only looking on that.
And we lose ourselves, and it's like at the start of the podcast, me saying, guests introducing themselves. Trust me, I recorded, I did about 8 audio to get the feel. And yes, introducing my guests. I mean, I was blessed with some phenomenal persons, people that I knew and everything. And yes, I knew them, but it still didn't sit well with me. And it was no. And I was saying to Amu that in going forward, my guests, because you know who you are. I mean, for myself, I'm not just a business coach. I'm not just a podcast host. I'm not just a daughter. I'm more than that. I'm support. I'm in motivation. I'm inspiration. But you wouldn't introduce me as such. So it's that whole, we know who we are.
And that's the thing too, over time, when, like how you create a space like this for me to open up, and express myself and share my thoughts and share my ideas and share my journey. That's how you get the stories. That's how you get, the messages, because the people will come and they will sit down and express themselves and they will share. I don't do much interviews like this. I just keep it to the food because I let the food speak. For me, once I work and do the food, I remember this thing where I did this festival, Rastafari Roots Fest, and I remember when I did my first cooking demonstration, and when I see the crowd, when I started, it was a bit scanty. And when I started to talk, I demanded the audience. And I remember the first time that festival started, it was the first staging, And when I started Vital, my personal brand, I was at the 5th staging. So when it started, it was the first,
Yeah.
And every year after that, I was going there working for the company, doing the shows. But on their 5th staging and 5th and last, they paid me to do my cooking demonstration. And that was like a full circle moment for me. It humbled me. I literally cried because I realized just believing in myself. And that happened in 2019. I just believed in myself, taking a leap of faith, going out there in July, starting Vital, and by December. So from July to December, I was just working on my brand, putting myself out there to the point where they paid me. And I told them a fee, and they said, Vita, don't worry, we can give you more. Because December is a time you are leaving your business. So don't worry.
Look at understanding.
And every time I go to Negril, I never stayed in a hotel when I was working. It's always in the truck or in the van we stayed. And when I went there with my brand, I was in a hotel, read the whole thing. To the point where even the camera girl that was working with me, she had her own room. Even her boyfriend was there with her as well. And that was just because of me believing in myself. Continue on the journey, stay focused. And when I finished the demonstration, I commanded the whole crowd. And this Rasta virgin was there and was like, oh, him can't feed everybody with that wine just prepare. And when everybody get a sample of the thing, him virgin say, Rasta youth, you're different. You're different too, I'm not telling a lie. And that was and then another show when the Roots, the vegan festival, was the same thing.
Oh, when we did
Yes, the same thing. And that's just to show you aura. Even at that festival, I see a lot of people who I know. Gave me a certain energy towards and I was just step back and I just smile. People even come to me blatantly and disrespect me in my face. I was like, what? And I was just like, you know what? Now watch that. And when I saw the little children in front of me eating my food, loving the energy and thing, that was like, yes. That was so meaningful.
My mum said something to me because she watched the your presentation. And mum is of that generation with not much understanding. And mum actually said, the young boy there that did the piping. But for her, she looked at it from a couple of perspectives as a mother, because my mum is a mum. And the young boy. And it was from start to finish. She mentioned energy, knowledge, passion, and she was there. And I mean, I'm not saying mum's lazy, but you want to sit down and everything. But she was, and she said, and you know, so we did have a good little spot. And then somebody, and we said, no, may I forget to the front and watch this young boy. But she was captivated from start to finish. But this is, you see, passion, as you said, dedication.
Discipline. Because over the years, the only thing that could save me was food. My passion. If I don't cook, I can't pay my bills. I can't sustain myself. So I know once I stick to my craft and my passion, I'm fine. That's all I need. I just cook and get my opportunity. Just once I have an opportunity, I will do the rest. That's all. I just need an opportunity. Man.
Thank you, Chef. How do you look after your mental health and well-being?
I exercise and running. Growing up in Trelawney, my mother is a runner. My mother is a runner. My mother reached as far as National Stadium from all the way
makes
from
sense.
Chilani, yeah. So growing up in Chilani, it's like running is my thing. Like always love running, and it just made me feel free.
Right.
And I remember when I transitioned from sprinting to more cross country, long distance, and I know that with strategy, I can beat people going the distance because so with cross country you pace yourself. The distance is far. A lot of people them not control them breathing, them not condition themselves, so they don't last the race. So for me, I study that and I love running. So because of that, I remember in Brampton, primary school, this boy that he beat me in a race, and he was like, "Yo, yeah, yeah, the man, Ray," and I was like, "Okay, cool, cool," and he's good, and he has this Kenyan genetics. He just looks like a Kenyan. How he looks, and I was like, "Yo, him good," and I just went train, and then when it was the cross country, I studied him. I just paced myself right behind him, and I said, when we reach the checkpoint and come back, that's where I'm gonna get him, and that's what I did. I paced him. As we reach a checkpoint, coming back, I just watch him, and then right there, got him. And from I pass him, I never look back. I never see him. When I finish, he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna beat your sports day in the 1500." And I just said, "You can't beat me because I live right close to the ball field. So the field is there, so I can train."
Right.
And when he said that to me, I just train. Sports day come, couldn't see me because I prepared. So running for me is a form of, it brings me back to my country. It brings me back to my childhood life. It brings me back to center. It brings me back to my core because I can remember all of that. So when I run like a 5K, I feel free. That's why I keep running. And after running, it clears my mind. Right. So no matter what I have going on, running clears my mind. It's like I'm in a different zone. So I just see life like a marathon. I just see life like running. It's a journey. It's only you alone.
Right. That's enough for you.
Yeah, that's a journey because you are the one who is. If you run to Mommy Bay, you know that you have to bring yourself back to Ochi.
Yeah.
And that's the reality in life.
Yeah, true.
It's on you to bring yourself back.
Yeah.
You could reach Mommy Bay and be like, "Oh, my legs are tired, me want give up." But you just know, say, "Yo, I'm going back to Ochi because there's the car park. And there's some coconut there in the tree, in the car for me drink the coconut and my fruits to rejuvenate myself. Me never run with no money in a pocket if you jump on a taxi. What me I go do? You have to run back." And that's how I look at life. I just see life as a long distance journey. And it's only people who going to actually control the breathing and gonna manage and last. And it's only you. So for me, running, exercising, going to the river in the morning, cold plunge, I don't know, I love the river. The water element, I just feel so aligned with being at the river. Is something. I think the universe always align me with the right things. And after a run, I always just in the river, cold plunging, and just get that healing. So, yeah.
But it's like you said about energy, and that, I mean, the main reason, I mean, a couple of reasons for this location, the staff and their energy.
Yes.
The location, the river.
It's beautiful.
Meeting,
It's
yeah,
beautiful.
meeting the
It's
sea.
beautiful. Yeah.
And it's all about creating, I was again saying to Amru and the rest of the team that it's not just about sitting down and having a conversation. The message is bigger than ourselves,
Yes.
but it's about creating a safe space.
Yes.
And that was intentional, even from the audio part.
Yes.
Creating that safe space for people to share whatever you want to share, however deep you want to go. The space is safe.
Yes. Yes.
My team is safe for you to share.
Yes.
It's not just having somebody doing the video, doing the YouTube, posting. These are people that will hold your information.
Yes.
They have respect.
Yes.
So everything is all about alignment, and it's creating, because I can't just sit down with people and ask these questions and they answer. The space has to be safe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And that's why, you know, for me, I feel so comfortable sharing, you know.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah,
Bless
and
you.
exercising, work, is a lifestyle.
Right.
You know, if I'm doing food for people, I have to be the specimen.
Right.
You know, you have to, when you look at me, I'm a living specimen of my food. I only eat my food. You know, you can't say you're a vegan chef and you have big belly. You know, your skin has a lot of breakouts. You know, you just don't look apart. You know what I mean? So for me, exercising, it's a lifestyle. If I'm doing food, and you know, a lot of people say they're doing this and they're doing that, but do their lifestyle align with what they do?
Yeah, true.
Many people from they know me, they can say, yo, me see Vita run in the mornings. Enough times I go to the bank, oh, you're the guy I see running in the morning. Why? Because it's my lifestyle. I'm disciplined. If you know, if I get up in the morning and I don't do a workout, I feel out of place.
Yeah.
It's, you know, no matter what, no matter who is around me, if I even have company, I'm going to get up and work out, because that's me. That's what keeps me, you know, sane. And when after doing that, food, the minute I start to cook, I'm in a different world. The minute I start to prepare food, I'm in a different world. So exercising, sticking to the lifestyle, and food, that's just what keeps me locked in. Yeah.
Thank you, Chef.
Yes, sir.
Who are you at your core?
At my core,
who are you?
I see myself as a person that loves his culture, embrace roots of African energies, African expressions. Because I remember when I met Vita, I could identify with him at a young age. I could identify what he stands for. And because I was just, even though I was so young, he was pushing that energy of pro-black, that energy of loving self, roots, culture. Because when I'm around him, I get to learn about so much African culture, history. The first time I heard about Lucky Dube was around him, and I said, this guy sounds like Peter Tosh. And he's like, nah man, a Lucky Dube, this man come from South Africa. You know what I mean? Good music, right? And it's so funny. 2 weeks after that, I watched Lucky Dube perform in Trelawney when they was at the Cricket World Cup. And when I saw him performing live and then his backup singers, the ladies were just so strong and just, you know, the South African dancing and the I was like, that at the time I was in high school. I was like in grade 10. And when I saw that, I just like, yo, this is just beautiful. You know what I mean? And just at a young age, I could identify. Like even in high school, they call me Young Rasta. Young Rasta, why? Because of the consciousness. When you look on me, full of eye traits, badges, everything was just pro-black. Everything was just revolutionary. Be a Sizzla Kalanji, me a listen. You get me? So it's like, them time, them just locked in on culture, roots. And I think, and I know that is my true identity. I always wanted to live this lifestyle from a young age. So that's why for me, down to the core, roots, culture, no matter what. That's why I said no matter what's going on social media, it can't faze me. Because me have a core of what's true to me, and that's African Rasta. That's the discipline. Like it can't. That's why for me it's like I can't be like, oh, me I gotta eat a little patty or a little red. No, because it's just, you see me, like it's discipline. It's not a phase. Some people will go through a phase. Oh, I was vegan a couple more years, but I'm not anymore. No, for me, it's deeper than that. Because me I look on it and say, yo, this thing you know, fulfill I temple. This thing you know, the energy around it. Plus, me prepare food. The strongest discipline is what you put in your body. And if somebody is so disciplined on what they eat, that's a powerful human being.
True.
So for me, core is just African centered, African cultured. And because of that, me can't change because me know the struggle of my people. I know the struggle. You get me? I know where Rasta go through if he can be in positions like this. You know? In 1963, Rastas, they say, yo, kill Rastas, bring them in dead or alive. Coral Garden Massacre. So for me as a young youth, we can do business, own things, you know, and move around. Usually Rasta not even could be at hotels. And say, Rasta boy, what you do on the property? So for me, I know where the struggle is. I know the struggle of my people. So because of that, I can't betray the ancestors who fight for me if we can be so free.
Ooh, chef.
It's deep.
Very deep.
It's deep. That's why I not migrate and leave Jamaica. I could have leave gone to New York with my mother and my brother and dad in New York in America. No, me there Jamaica build something. That's why it's deep.
Blessing, chef.
Yes, I.
Blessing. That's really deep. Blessings. Really deep.
Yeah, man.
Woo. What's the one thing that you can share in relation to the importance of staying true to self? One thing you can share.
Find purpose. See, the minute you find purpose, once you find purpose and know what you're about, just believe in your dreams, your ideas, and your purpose. If you're an artist, if you're a coordinator, always stick in your creativity. I remember when a lot of people would be like, oh, why you do this? Why you do that? Oh, you see a post on Instagram, how you gonna make money from this social media thing? And I remember this lawyer guy, he was like, oh, you're gonna make money from this Instagram thing. At the time I was doing my 9 to 5 and he came for lunch and I was managing the restaurant. And he's like, me see I do this Instagram thing, but you're gonna make money from it. Ray. And me like, you know what say? Me just do it because I love it. I just show people my work and my food and I just express myself. You know, I think I have a little limitations at the work, but when I go on social media, I can express myself.
Right.
Because I have to stick to the menu of the company because that's the owner's idea. So I have to, that's a limitation. But with social media, I can share my creativity, and that's an outlet and an avenue for me to share my work. And he's like, oh, cool, cool. And fast forward to when I get my first, Walkers would pay me to do a campaign ad to promote their curry paste and jerk, and and I did 3 videos, and he had a beach house villa just for next to here, and I said to him, hey, Walkers Wood is paying me to do an ad. I would like to do the video at your beach villa and give your beach villa some exposure and such and such. And he was like, yeah, man, cool, for real, yeah, that would be cool. And when he saw the camera crew and everybody and his wife saw everything, he looked at me and said, boy, Vita, look like this social media thing at work. This social media thing at PR bridging, like, you have me a camera crew and people and how the box cover go on, like. And right there, I turned him into a believer. Why? Because I was just so obsessed with the idea and the creativity, and look where it got me. To the point where him say, yo, now him see the river experience that I'm doing now. And he's like, yo, Vita, me have a river property, Yo, would I like you to come do your thing there? And so, yes. So what I've learned in life is, even with my own family, they were like, oh, you might do him like a Rasta food thing. They didn't believe in the vision. But when they saw me on TV 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, they're like, no, so I'm on to something. I'm on to something. And then I remember when my grandmother like, oh yeah, take up this Rasta thing and dirty Rasta this and dirty Rasta that. And when she see me ascend and to the person I am, she's like, yeah, go to work now. All right. And Ray, why? Because you believe in yourself, you find purpose, you go overcome anything.
Thank you, Chef. One thing you can share in relation to how to overcome or manage challenges?
Know your why. Why you're doing this, why you started. The sacrifices you make now will benefit for the future. Like, I remember when, for example, if I never quit my 9 to 5 in 2019 to pursue my dreams and goals, I wouldn't see what my ideas will become. I would not even be able to see where Rastafari Roots Fest are going to pay me if I never leave in July and started my own brand. I would know that, hey, when this festival started, the first year I was there, and their 5-year anniversary, they're paying me to come and do a demonstration. The whole weekend. Every time I go to Negril, I just work. First time I go to Negril was preparing food and work. I never explore. And when I went to that festival, I went there as Chef Vita. Stay at the hotel, even the owner of the hotel meet me. I say, yo, we're vegan. It's nice to meet you. Would love to do something with you, Rere. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't experience that if I never take that leap of faith in my dreams. And that's in 2020. And in 2022, I remember I went back to the marketplace where I started off. And the same person that was working at the restaurant, I came there and saw him. And I left And he's still working there. And he's still the same person. He's still in the same mindset. He's complaining about the same things.
Oh,
And for me, I just left.
yeah.
I just left Protege's house, just drop off some juices to him. And that's like, and I still have time off for my day. And Vital is still
Yes.
running without me being there.
Yeah.
So imagine, I'm still doing business and have time to go back where I'm coming from. And then, so I'm looking at his situation and I'm looking at my situation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I never take that leap of faith, I would be in the same position and thinking the same thing and complaining about the same thing.
Yeah.
So that for me right there is perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Yes, I was just up in the hills with my favorite artist, cooking for him, holding a vibe, drinking some fermented wine, holding a talk, conversations. Leave his house. As I reach down on the flat, I get a notification. Hey, boom, you just got paid for that job you just did. Then people calling me, hey, we want to do this interview, we want to do this. Hey, we want you here, we want to do Airbnb notification. Hey, you have an experience in few days. It just shows me that once I believe in myself and, you know, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't believe in themselves.
Yeah, it's about knowing and you see, once we know and understand self and being true to that, not what society, friends, and family say, then nothing is insurmountable. You know, you can achieve what you can. You have to have that belief.
You have to. If you don't, that's why I said what I did in 2019 set me up right now. I mean, well, we in a 2025. You get me? If I never made that sacrifice then, I would have failed my future self.
But then it's not being true to yourself.
It's not being true to self. And another thing to that struck me to my core, my mother migrated in August of 2019. And my mother, I did the farmers market, the Kanuka farmers market. And that was my first pop-up.
Okay.
Because the organizers came to the restaurant I was managing and say, we always, email your company to come and do it, but they never accept. And she said, I look on your Instagram and you do great things. Why you don't come and do it?
Yeah.
She said, you can come do it. She said, yo, do your thing. And I remember I saved up some money, paid her for the space, and did the farmers market, and that was their wake-up call. When I saw what I did that day, I was like, yeah. And at the time, I had a very supportive partner, so she was like, yeah, do your thing, do your thing. You know what I mean? Do it. You can do it. And my mother, fast forward to when my mother, I remember my mother was the one collecting, and I have my team, Maverick, and my girlfriend, my fiance, she was doing the back and forth, like if we need anything. And I have those 4 people in my life that day meant a lot to me.
Yeah, blessings.
A lot to me, and when I told my mother that this is our target for the day. This is what I hope to make, and if we make that, we're good. And within 3 o'clock, my mother said to me, Chef, we passed the target. She just said, Chef, we passed the target. And to hear my mother say, Chef, we passed the target means a lot to me. And then at the end of the day, my mother looked at me and said, when she see how people love me and show me support, mother looked at me and said, don't make me left Jamaica and you not start your business. Don't make me left Jamaica and you still at work for people. Don't make me left Jamaica and you're there on people that don't value you. Straight up, she tell me that. And when she said that to me, I never looked. When my mother migrated and leave, that's why I said I just became so obsessed. So 2019. So that's why I said, know your why.
Yeah.
And those are the things are my why. That's why I can have confidence and so on. I said no. You know? Yeah. From just doing regular things to being an Airbnb experience, creating impact. It's just the vision.
Yeah.
You have to be a visionary.
Yeah.
If you go on Airbnb now, they're promoting experiences. Why? Because experiences is what people want.
Yeah.
Experiences what people
Yep.
feel
Yep.
the space of where they're staying. Experiences, your memories, what you
Yeah.
experience, you will never forget.
I've been saying this for a good while, that we've changed in how we do, be, see, all the rest of it, shop, everything. It's about the experience. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all about the experience.
Yeah. So know your why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chef. And the last one, what thing can you share in relation to the importance of looking after one's mental health and well-being?
It's very vital that you understand that your body is the only place you have to live. You know, if you don't take care of yourself, you don't take care of your health, you can't be there for the people you love and to take care of the people and to do the things you need to do, because your health is key. And you have to take care of yourself. You have to have that self-love.
Yeah.
And what being on this journey of my lifestyle taught me, that is that self-love. You have to have self-love.
Yeah.
Whenever I work out, it's the self-love. Whatever I do, it's the self-love. You know, out of all of my relationships over the years, it's because I have that self-love. It's because I love myself and I'm so passionate.
Yeah.
It's because I'm so passionate about what I do. And that self-love, that's what attracts people towards me. That's what attracts my tribe towards me. Is because of that self-love. So once you see me out and about and you look on me, you can see the self-love. You can see, oh, this guy is taking care of himself. He looks young. He doesn't look his age. You know why? Because of the mental. Everything is mental. I keep up here pure. That's why my peace is, you know, my environment, the people that are around me, you know, who are, you know, the environment. It's your what you feed, what you put into your body, what you put on your skin.
Yeah.
You know, what you put in your hair. You know what I mean? It's just what your thoughts. In Rasta culture, it's word sound is power.
Yeah.
Watch what you say about yourself, and watch what, and you have to even shut down the things that people say towards you.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Like this is what I find, you know, very ironic. People will look on me, they don't know what I'm going through, and they will assume things. And I have to correct them. A sister said, oh, you look stressed. I said, I'm not stressed. And I never told you that I'm stressed. I'm fine. I'm just chill. You know, you're assuming that I'm stressed, but that's your assumption.
Yeah.
It's better you ask me, how are you?
Yeah. True.
But in your mind, you're assuming that I'm stressed. You're assuming that I'm not a good person. Or hearsay. I heard that Vita is this, but you never met Vita. You never have a conversation with Vita. You never know what Vita is going through, why Vita gave you that answer.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of love yourself and don't, you know, to focus on what people are saying and people are doing. That's people. People are going to always have an opinion.
Exactly.
I just know that once I stick to my plan, I'm going to become the person I need to become and who I feel comfortable being.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Because everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
You know? It's not everybody has a vision. and they can execute that
exactly,
vision. So,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Okay. Thank you so much, Chef. You have given so many. When I played this back, there were so many things I was, oh, okay, I need to write this down. I need to...
Yeah, man.
Exactly, I moved.
Yeah.
So many things that I was, oh, I need to write this down. I need to write this. I may
Yeah.
have to take some things, and if you've got it trademarked or anything, put it in my planner. And
Yeah, man.
well, no, actually, yeah, put it in the planner with your
Yeah.
name under it. But I'm blessed. I'm humbled. I'm
Yeah.
grateful, or rather, we are blessed,
Yeah, man.
grateful, and humbled for you being a guest on LG's Talk at the Beach podcast. Truly, truly, truly,
It's a pleasure.
truly grateful.
It's a pleasure. You know, the journey. It's been a journey.
Yeah.
It's been a journey, man. It's been a journey, and you know, I've been homeless twice.
Ah.
I remember when I just got
Oh.
my job in Kingston, and my uncle did not wanted to control me. Like, yo, come in at this time. I say I'm working, and I'm doing hours, and I have to do extra hours so I can, you know, balance out pay. The pay is not that hefty, but I love what I do. If you don't see me coming at this time, it's just to work. And they say, yo, go back a country, leave. Imagine I just get a job, love what me I do, and they tell me go back a country. And I end up in Bull Bay, Cabana place, the place not even furnished on the ground, pump up bed, me asleep on, do what me love. And everybody in the family thought I was in Chilani. When them look up on them TV, them see me. Yeah, because I never give up.
Yeah.
Until now, the same family, them know. Them see it. Them know they what me go through. You know, and them think they just build character.
Yeah. But you see, more than anything, I mean, my life, what I'm about and everything is about staying true to self.
Yes.
It is about vision.
Yes.
It is about well-being. I mean, I make no apologies for how I talk and how I carry myself in relation to that, because it's something I'm very, very passionate about, and I'm grateful for the platform and everything. But this, you are the living epitome of staying true to self.
Yes,
I mean, homeless.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in not deeper than in pursuit of your dream and what you want to achieve. It's about knowing and understanding self. Social media is a powerful thing. It's a beautiful thing. On the flip side, it's a very dangerous thing, because we see and we make the assumption that yes, this is my life in its entirety. This isn't my life in its entirety. It has been a journey, like yourself, to get to this point.
Yes.
But it's about being true to self. I'm not conforming to society. I'm not conforming to family and friends and everything. I'm being true to myself. And with that, it's the joy. Look at your smile. You know, the joy. You know.